No, stop. Think of the children.
Think of the children. Won't somebody please think of the children?
Children, children, future, future. Are you ready for the children? Whoa, whoa, whoa. The future is a-coming, hey, hey, hey. Children, children, future, future.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
What kind of an example are we setting?
For your children.
Children, children, children are the future. Kids!
For your children. For your children. For your
What kind of an
children.
example are we setting?
大家好. Hello everyone. Welcome to Think of the Children. Is this the future we promise for? My name is Azabilbul. I'm a global market specialist who have been working in this area over a decade. Today, we are going to have a deep look into the world's upcoming, or rather, up-and-come global power, namely China, which has ramifications for all citizens of the world. None of us should look away from.
The Chinese are the world's biggest spenders when it comes to travel. And now major British tour operator Thomas Cook is hoping to get more of that holiday money spent in cash-strapped Europe by setting up a joint venture in China. Anastasia Churkina has more on how Europe's tuning in to the east.
Is the People's Republic of China, which is still communist, which you can tell because Mao Zedong's portrait is still in Tiananmen Square. So is his embalmed corpse. But a lot has changed since the Civil War ended 7 decades ago. The Communist Party has killed off tons of groups during its 70 years in power. Intellectuals, democracy advocates, Tibetans. But let's look at one of the biggest groups being genocided right now, Falun Gong, a spiritual practice widely popular in China. In the 90s, the Chinese government celebrated Falun Gong in state-run newspapers, and even invited its founder to give a lecture at the Public Security Bureau. But eventually, the communist leader decided, you know what? There are too many people practicing. Let's round them up and kill them. No, not just kill. Kill them and take their organs so we can make a profit. I mean, what's the point of genocide unless you can profit from it, right?
From made in China to taken over by China, the Asian economic giant is becoming a mighty presence in country after country across the European Union. Let's start in Spain. 1 million Chinese tourists are expected to visit the country by the end of the decade. And this hotel in Madrid is one of an increasing number, actively rolling out the welcome mat for them.
In recent years, we have been noticing an influx of Chinese clients, and we realize that we have to adapt to their culture and lifestyle, and the sooner this happens, the better.
The detentions have sparked outrage in neighbouring Central Asian countries, with families demanding the return of loved ones at events across the region. This is how China wants the world to see how it treats predominantly Muslim ethnic groups in the western province of Xinjiang. To counter accusations that Beijing is conducting a program of mass detentions and religious persecutions, foreign journalists were shown a classroom of students. All seemed eager to reconsider their past actions and even their past thoughts.
Look at this. It's like a city. Dad's in there.
In Xinjiang, displays of police might are everywhere. But there's something here they don't want you to see.
Huge fences all around it, look.
Behind these blue steel walls in a former school is what China calls a vocational training center.
Uyghurs in Turkey have more to fear than spies. After years of offering them a safe haven, Turkey's president has begun making deals with China, with trade now worth $28 billion a year. Uyghurs are afraid Turkey will choose its economy over their welfare.
Chinese TV networks, information in their native language, and familiar food, along with the red-colored walls favored by Chinese tourists, as well as making sure not to assign them rooms with the number 4, which is believed to be bad luck in China.
About 4 years ago, we started noticing an increase in the number of Chinese tourists. Sometimes we have 200 tourists arriving from China in a single day, so there is a lot of work.
Improving lives, increasing connectivity across the world. That's the great promise offered by data-driven technology.
Stop killing our children! Stop killing our children!
But in China, it also promises greater state control and abuse of power.
Stop killing innocent people! Stop killing innocent people!
This is the next groundbreaking development in data-driven technology: facial recognition. And in China, you can already withdraw cash, check in at airports, and pay for goods using just your face. The country is the world's leader in the use of this emerging technology.
The government is building a social credit system to rate the trustworthiness of 1.4 billion people. There are plans to roll out the system by 2020, but it's already happening in Suzhou City. So, how does it work? Every citizen starts with 100 points linked to their ID card or social media. If you do something good, like volunteer at a charity, recycle trash, donate blood, or send positive energy messages on social media about the country, your score goes up. If you do something bad, like jaywalk, cancel reservation, leave a dishonest review, or you are even friends with someone with a low rating on social media, your score drops.
In order to restore calm, I'm invoking my authority as airport security to dock you 1 full ranking point as a punitive measure. This is a temporary measure.
High-scoring citizens may get free gym memberships, cheaper public transport, and shorter wait times in hospitals. Low-scoring citizens may have travel restrictions, slower internet speeds, and restricted access to restaurants. Is this Black Mirror nightmare becoming a reality in China?
Already the authorities are using facial recognition to name and shame citizens, even for minor offences like jaywalking. In Beijing, they're using the technology to prevent people stealing rolls of loo paper from public toilets. And across China, police officers are now trialling sunglasses and body cameras loaded with facial and gesture recognition technology. It's helping them to identify wanted suspects in real time. What worries some people here is that as the technology develops, so too does the capacity for it to be abused.
In the UK, it's Chinese investors making their presence felt. London's first fully owned Chinese law firm has opened its doors.
The reason why we chose UK as our first location to situate our office is that UK is not only a portal to Europe, but also a financial center in the world.
The goal of the firm is to make life easier for Chinese business people wishing to pump cash into the UK and the rest of Europe, and those are plenty.
Everyone knows that China is now exporting net capital to the world. And we want to help Chinese investors to do the investment in an orderly manner.
For example, a couple of years ago, the China Investment Corporation acquired a stake in Thames Water, the UK's largest water services company, as well as a 10% stake in the company that runs Heathrow Airport, the main air hub into Britain. Recession-plagued Italy is another Chinese favorite, with their investments hunting some trademark companies, such as car manufacturer Fiat and luxury yacht brand Ferretti. Snatching up the tire-making giant Pirelli looks also to be just around the corner. And in France, millions from China have reportedly been pumped into world-renowned vineyards, begging the question if Europe could eventually become, well, Chinese. Anastasia Churkina, RT.
2个月，好。我希望你们在今后的生活当中，无论贫穷与富有。没有共产党就没有新中国，没有共产党就没有新中国。我说。
Psychologist Patrick Mercer would like to talk about the topic of bullying with us now.
That doesn't mean to say, and as I've said to you before, I think there should be much more research done on people that have been bullied that don't bully. And what is it about those people that stop them from bullying? That's a really interesting research study that is neglected completely. Why don't they bully? What's going on that they don't bully, or they become an activist, or they become an advocate? Let's look at why that is. That's really important.
Prepare for ourselves. The future is not far away from us. It's an honor to spend some time together with you. My name is Azer Bülbül. Umarım Çin ile iyi dostluklar kurarız. Hoşçakalın.
This is a YouTube video from a future. Not the future, just a future.
From January, every citizen of England and Wales will have a new social credit score. Government and private companies may use your social credit score to make decisions about you. For example, your score could affect the deposit you're asked to pay when renting a home. It could also give you discounts when you're shopping, put you in the priority queue for a new passport, or help you access some healthcare services more quickly. Your social credit score is based on information that the government already knows: the electoral roll, tax payments, criminal records, property ownership, and travel history. If you want to increase your score, you can choose to share more personal information securely with our certified partner companies. Information like your credit card purchases, communications and health information from your phone, energy use data from your smart meter, and your viewing and listening history from streaming companies. That information helps our carefully selected machine learning systems trust you, your friends, and your family. Plus, you can get fun tips on how to increase your score on the Social Credit app. Your social credit score is also affected by the scores of the people you live, work, and spend time with. Everyone's score is public by default. You can check it on the Social Credit app so you can make informed decisions about your life. You can hide your score, but in some cases, this may cause it to drop. Some things like disruptive actions, hiding your data trail, or making decisions that harm others could lower your score over time.